like an angel. Walk like an angel.
You know, I talk about this quite a bit because it gives you a bird's eye view, a window into the mindset of the people running our society. So I thought I'd pull this article up from a few months ago before I get to the new one. Pharmacy technician sues over fake hostage taking. This is AP. A New Jersey pharmacy technician is suing over a training drill. And it says, Ms. Perry says in a lawsuit in Burlington County that she was traumatized when a gunman burst into her pharmacy at Hampton Behavioral Health Center. He said he demanded Oxycontin and said he had taken a hostage. The gun wasn't real, and the gunman worked for the company. And it said that the insurance company funded him to do this. Now, they didn't tell her it was a fake robbery. Folks, that is hardcore trauma to have somebody come in and aim a gun at you. Now, remember, this is going on with elementary students every day. And here was the bigger issue. Most of the parents didn't even know. Oh, that was the other issue. At the elementary school out by Lake Travis, they didn't tell the parents they had done it. And the parents, when the woman talked to them, were like zombies. Imagine, they turn the lights off, a man comes in and says he's going to kill you and doesn't tell you it's a drill, and the kids are all crying, totally horrified, freaked out, and beg to not go back to school. Has nothing to do. Oh, and they claim it's for gunmen. Yeah, teach the kids how to go underneath desk and be killed. Not get out the windows, flee, or teachers are armed. No, train your kids how to be helpless, learned helplessness. So there's a lot of different facets, but in these drills, they also tell them, I'm a gun group, I'm a homeschooler group, I don't like you. That's in the AP. They tell them, I'm here from the homeschooling group. So the kids now, when they hear homeschool or hear Second Amendment, they think of torture. They think of pain. They think of a man threatening to kill them. Now, here's a new one. Las Vegas Sun, hospital uses armed man in unannounced drill. Test of security procedures results in frightening moments. I'm going to cover this when we come back in the next hour, and then a few more calls, and then Webster Tarpley is joining us. There's a bunch of other news I haven't gotten to as well here today. But before I go any further, I wanted to thank a couple of the sponsors that have made today's radio show possible. Number one, my books and videos and material that we offer on the online video/apparel store at Infowars.com. It is your purchase of the videos that makes all of my future films and websites and radio show possible. I want to thank you all for your support. So, again, please visit Infowars.com and check out the books and T-shirts and videos and material because, number one, they wake people up. Number two, it funds our operation here, and we couldn't do it without you. Also, sponsors like SurvivalSeedBank.com. In a real crisis, having non-hybrid seeds means having the ability to grow an endless supply of nutrient-dense food to feed your loved ones. There's a war on against hybrid seeds as the UN, Bill Gates, and others buy up the old heirloom seed lines and shut them down while hoarding them for themselves. Now's the time to be planting. Get one survival seed bank for yourself, get another for friends and family, or get another to save. But whatever you do, get involved in gardening today. SurvivalSeedBank.com. That's SurvivalSeedBank.com, or call and get a free information package, or order the seeds by calling 877-327-0365, 877-327-0365. Then, of course, there's another great sponsor. Again, this is Alex Jones, and have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute. Secure a 30 states concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory pistol and the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time for you and your family to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement military standards without any boot camp or tough guy drill instructor attitudes. That's FrontSight.com. Front Sight, like the front of your rifle. FrontSight.com. Stay with us. FrontSight.com. So, all over the United States and the Western world, for that matter, they have paramilitary takeover drills. And here is another one out of the Las Vegas Sun today. Hospital uses armed man in unannounced drill. Test of security procedures results in frightening moments. How's this for an ill-conceived emergency preparedness drill? It's always ill-conceived. Like, oh, this was the first time it happened. Yeah, tens of thousands. An off-duty cop pretending to be a terrorist stormed the hospital intensive care unit, brandishing a handgun, which he points at nurses while herding them down a corridor into a room. Folks, and again, this is part of the handbook. Oh, you complained? Usually people don't. That's testing the mind control. Oh, this was the first time ever it was an accident, not a federal grant or anything to teach you learned helplessness. There are harrowing moments, he explains, that the whole caper was a training exercise. The staff at St. Rose Dominican Hospital at the Siena campus, where the incident took place Monday morning, found the exercise more traumatizing than intrusive, than instructive. Hospital employees would have been justified in fearing for their lives. Well, what about shooting him? See, this is the problem, folks. What if somebody did an unannounced drill here? I mean, a man in a mask runs in here with a gun? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to reach right here. I'm going to pull out a .357 Magnum, and I'm going to open fire. In fact, they've had 3 cases in the last decade when they have this yearly drill upwards of 100 miles outside of Fort Bragg. And they have military that tries to disarm police on duty. And the cops have killed them in every case. And the military always says, well, they thought the cops were part of the drill. This is lunacy, but it's not lunacy. There's a method to the madness. It's about saying we can do whatever we want. Now, again, their favorite place to do it is elementary students because they don't know how to talk to mommy. They come home and go, drill, man with gun. And mommy goes, good, you're learning guns are bad. But daddy has gun in gun case. Don't worry, honey. You'll never have to be near that gun and never get taken, honey. We're going to be part of the disarm culture of slaves. Thank you, mommy. Oh, it's so scary. This is the mind control. Hospital employees would have been justified in fearing for their lives. Well, they were fearing for their lives. Just last year, Henderson police shot and killed an armed, hostile man in the emergency room. So it would make sense that security and emergency preparedness have been focused at the hospital. But in Monday's incident, which occurred in a unit that houses the hospital's sickest patients, nurses, patients, and their families did not know it was a drill. And it goes on from there. So the larger issue here is that this is going on at all. And that's the larger point that I want to discuss, that I want to talk to people about out there that are conditioning. You are under mind control. You are being manipulated systematically. And being aware of this manipulation is half the battle. The other half of the battle is going into your school districts, wherever you're located, going into your communities and explaining, you're not going to traumatize my children. You're not going to manipulate them. You're not going to put sodium fluoride in my water. I have a CBS News clip that I was sent where they admit that the water has hundreds of toxic chemicals added to it, massively increasing cancer in major studies. So now they're even admitting it's poison, but they stick it in our water. It's forced medication. I mean, I've seen national polls where upwards of 80+% of Americans don't want sodium fluoride in their water. Well, why do you still buy fluoride toothpaste? Why do you still drink it? Why do you still put up with it? I mean, is this our country? Or is it the eugenicist? Is it the social engineers? Is it theirs? Do they get to do whatever they want whenever they want? You know, that's the larger question that we have to discuss. I'm going to hit some more economic news, get into some other military news, and we're going to talk to Webster Tarpley about Geithner telling the Chinese the U.S. is basically financially done. We'll be right back.